All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. After what was a very bullish day yesterday, we are left with a bit of a flat open, which is fine. Nothing really wrong with that. Holding up on the overnight is highs. Holding up overnight is good. I put my little watch list together. And what we have, a series of names that we've discussed. I don't think too many we haven't discussed. I'm looking for some of these longer trend lines to be broken. NBEV is one of them. Yesterday I was looking to see how volume ended up. It didn't quite eclipse the previous day's volume. I was kind of hoping it would. Um, Nvidia bought Mellanox yesterday. This one has one of those lower setups where it's crossing over the 50-day moving average, and a very good pocket pivot day yesterday. So that could turn out to have some good moves in the upcoming weeks. Nvidia. Also, past couple days here, TTD. Yesterday just got on with the program. New highs in TTD. That increasing volume, that thing just in fuego, never really stopping. Cena yesterday, never quite hitting my alert level. You can see it's been stuck in a very long downtrend for a while. Match.com, also one of those declining trend line situations. Looking for that to go. ACB, Boot, all consolidating in a way. Hack. Let's see what Hack says. Stitch Fix, they have earnings. They're up 30%. Oh, yeah, blue earnings apart. Look at that. That could be one of those gap and go situations. I don't know, up 30%. Kind of hard for these to go up more than 30%. Usually you see 15% and they start to turn around. But, man, gapping up 30. Probably have a bigger pullback in that one, I would expect. All right, so let's go through this list right now. Actually, you know what? It may be easier to hold on a sec. Oh, mic's on the whole time. Maybe a little simpler just for me to start a new watch list. Momo gapping up, Myogen gapping up, INS on fire. Yesterday was a fantastic day. All right, Carvana, UVE, Chesapeake. Darn it. CRISPR is what I'm looking at too. Grifols, TSM, CDW looking pretty good. Illumina, where are you? Seriously, where? Oh, there it is. Like, where'd you just go, Illumina? I've kind of had my eye on Illumina as well. That one looking pretty good. Maybe trying to get back across a trend line. Doesn't look like it's really ready for prime time yet. All right, so we're going to add a new watch list. We're going to call it actionable list. All right, so we're going to put NVIDIA on here. SIVB. Son of a bitch. We'll start with that. And Stones, when I've been looking at this thing, I was looking at this yesterday, late in the day. Look at this volume coming in here. I don't know. I just have a feeling, based on that volume, you get these IPOs sometimes, and there's just tons of accumulation. That's basically a cup with a high handle base, from what it looks like, and it looks like it's just gonna go. He has earnings coming up here in a little bit. 318. Hard to take positions. You may get one of these massive gaps up, but you kind of have to respect it nonetheless. Okay, so I got a watch list. There we go. So I'll keep my actionable watch list up here, and I'll keep my other watch list up here. Man, I like a lot of things about this program. Other things, not so much. And can I set defaults here? Doesn't look like I can. Basically symbol, percent change, and there we go. Okay, yeah, 4 should be fine. Stitch Fix up 36% at this stage of the game. Look at that. Man, there's a lot of room up here, but dang, get with it, son. I don't know if I could buy anything up 30%. Carvana, more bullish action. Look at that, just non-stop. I think earnings day was basically your clue. I missed that one. MyGen. So I'm liking ST&E. Waiting for it to move, but it may wait for earnings. That's 318. Is that Monday? That's Monday. Monday on 318 for Stone. Well, it looks like EQM is in a longer downtrend, which hasn't broken for a number of years. Not so sure I'm into that one. CRISPR once again. So this thing put in kind of an inverted head and shoulders pattern here. Kind of an inverted head and shoulders pattern. It's not that pretty. Volume signature is wrong, but it's a reversal pattern. We're kind of consolidating into highs over here, and that is potentially holding pretty well for us here. That could get going. So this also a recent IPO. I think the past couple of years time frame setup. Oh, 20 years. Oh yeah, so yeah, IPO 2016 puts in a very long IPO base, a 1 year long IPO base, rallies, comes back to test the IPO base breakout, and then starts to rally again. This particular one, obviously took, looks like 4 or 5 months. Basically 5 months, and then I'm not sure if this one gets back to 5 months or not, but darn it. So that took 159 days. If it duplicates that run up to the top, you've got May 20th for CRISPR. see what that looks like. May 20th for CRISPR to get back to. I only have July. Just call it $70 for good measure. So I'd make this worth $30 on CRISPR if that were to play out. If that were to play out. This looks like it may have. So it's already got one consolidation off the lows. This one just exploded, had a minor consolidation. May do something similar like that here on the second one, but that could take a little bit longer. Maybe it's good you have till July on CRISPR. That's not bad. So this is what I call my, I don't really know if I've coined a term for it yet, but this is one of my turnaround plays, but for a longer scale, it's kind of like a swinging turnaround or something like that, where you expect it to go on to bigger and better things instead of just have a nice pullback bounce. Others are pullback bounce plays, but other times not so much. And this is one that could go for longer. All right, there we go. So we're CRISPR back to, let's do it to 70. And then, yeah, back to, yeah, July, you're looking at huge gains for July if it gets back to 70. So that's what you have to deal with there. All right, looks like the NASDAQ getting up there a little bit. Stitch Fix pulling back a tiny bit, not much at all. Boot starting to get a little frisky. Where's the high in Boot over here at 35? Recent high of 31.41. And that's not bad. Not great, but not bad. Yesterday's day definitely had some selling to it, and volume wasn't very good. So we had that great day yesterday, and a lot of good stocks. No real entries on many of them, at least from my perspective. Team, Starbucks, Grub, Garmin, Lilly, SIVB. I think that's the one I actually bought. Yeah, see, SIVB had a couple of increasing volume days, and I'm hoping it's gonna continue. Still got that ZTO through earnings just for fun. Very small position, 1.45% of my entire account. So not too bad on that one. 312 aftermarket. So I guess we'll find out today if that's a good decision or not. Stitch Fix 37% now. Pushing right back towards the highs. That's good. All right, Momo, INS. So INS yesterday just really blew it out of the park. They have earnings today, and or after. So tomorrow, before the market opens tomorrow. But look at that day yesterday. Just crazy volume. But even that though doesn't guarantee you that earnings are going to be good. I've seen some really great runs that just tons of volume just crash and burn after earnings. So it's really hard to say what earnings are going to hold well and what earnings are not going to hold well. Pretty much impossible to say that. Power 2-hour pirate flag. Looking at the Slack chat room a little bit here. CGC, another one that I've been looking at recently, and well, for a while I've been looking at CGC. Looks like it's about to hit my trend line or my alert level without a lot of fanfare. I was really hoping for some more volume on this run up. I mean, it still may work. There's the 50, I believe that's the 50-day moving average, and so it's still kind of testing the 50-day going up. Hard to say that's really going to have a hard rally out of this though, without a lot of increasing volume. Still have decreasing volume. Maybe in the end, this may actually be the trend line, and I'm just really low here. I was looking yesterday. Looks like I gave myself a little bit more of a 6% now to the bottom is like 4 3/4 or something. Yeah, that's 5 1/4. Yeah, somewhere in the middle there. It's where it was yesterday when I started looking at it. I'm like, that's not too bad of a stop loss. Not 6%. Not super sure if I want to give it 6%. Volume here today is very light. 15 minutes into the day, 400,000 shares traded. That's not too bad. What I could do, I guess, see if it'll rally up here to that trend line at 48.43. That's not too bad. Not super sold on it though. Let's look at some IBD stuff. They have some articles. Maybe they'll have some new names for us. I did want to look at the IBD paper over the weekend or on Monday, but not really working when I get here 45 minutes late. Okay, new additions to the IBD 50. Here we go. IONS. Oh, wow, look at that. Very nice, very extended. Looks like no weeks type pattern, 2 weeks type pattern breaking out of that. Good volumes, good volume. I like that. And there's the CGC price alert. IONS, TTD cleared a 3 weeks tight pattern. Wait for a little pullback on that. That would be really good. UPLD looks like attempting to break out. ZBRA, new high breakout after first stage consolidation. MLNX, source new highs after NVIDIA bought it. LSCC, and this one too extended to buy right there. Way too extended to buy. But yeah, CGC getting on right there. Was that 30 down here at 44? Today's at 46.5. See some other MJ names today. We got Cron, MJ. What else? It was ACB. All holding okay. ACB also just a ton of volume right here. Just a tremendous amount of volume. These are always good situations when you have that much volume. The problem is when they're going to pump. So I've got an alert level there. Let's say 842 for ACB. I should have a trade ready to go. I do not. This looks like a pretty clear run back up here towards the $12 level. For rounding's sake. Yeah, some great trades in here. There we go. I had TREX in here. Let's see what Trex is doing. Not much anymore. It was setting up. Looks like it's falling apart. Getting some support at the 50-day. Volume's not that good. Looks like already selling off again. The trend line there in Trex team. That one was a pretty loose trade as it was, and that's going to expire in 3 days, so I'll get rid of that one. There was a bigger one for team. June 21st. Oh, wow, yeah, that already evaporated. That would have been a good trade. I don't quite know why it's so already evaporated so much. Oh, because my target was 118. Why is that? Man, should have taken that option. That's no longer very valid. SIVB, ooh, SQ up 2%, creeping up today. Oh, you know what? Should have bought a test of that 50-day. That would have been awesome. Damn it. I didn't really notice that. Didn't really notice that test of the 50-day. And bounces right off of it. That's some good support right there. So VB Starbucks. Pergo is the one I was looking at for a while there. Had a good nice gap on earnings. Looks like it came down, testing the support by the 50-day right there a couple days ago. Similar to Square, but obviously not as good. And a good little bounce day on that bottom, increasing volume into the bottom, increasing volume on the bottom day, bouncing off the 50-day. That could be some nice action. PLNT. Just a ton of buying volume right there. And Bev, not quite to the, looks like it undercut the 50-day. That's not ideal. You'd like to not see that. But that's an MJ stock, so that's going to be weird anyways. Carvana, which we know has just been on fire. It looks like it's pulling in a little bit right now. Getting some selling finally coming in. And CHK, not quite working out very well. Looks like maybe a bounce off that trend line into highs. Or I don't know about highs, but maybe up into that channel right there. That's possible. Lumber Liquidators hasn't quite worked out extraordinarily well. There's a clear channel there. Looks like it violated the channel. This was a small trade. I still have this one, but it's underperforming greatly. Luckily, I took a really small position. Earnings are in a few days. And I expired before earnings, so that position's probably moot. I probably should just kill it. Lots of... Okay. All right, this won't work. Oh, I decided. What the hell? Oh, that's overnight. Had a huge gap down, or a huge move down, bounced right back. Came higher. Looks like it may want to distribute a little bit more here. INS up 6% more right before earnings too. That's always tough to buy these right before earnings, especially when they're running right before earnings. Ours NBEV finally getting on with the program. Some volume stepping in right there. Looks like it had this little bull flag. Looks like it's trying to break that. NBEV could be a potential trade here. NBEV 418. Yeah, see that's decent volume right there. Come on, man. See, you'll work there. Why won't you work over here? I can't zoom in. What's Cron doing up? Ooh, Cron way down. Well, that's interesting. I didn't notice that. Undercut a little trend line right there. Yeah, I may have to avoid some MJ stocks for a little bit. So ANET nearing a buy point according to IBD. Potential breakout from a cup with handle. Arista Network. Oh man, this cell's killing me. All right, let's see if ANET's gonna get going. Good report after earnings, higher low, nice little run up. No real pocket pivots to speak of. You can almost consider that I think we talked about this yesterday. Yeah, I think we did. Our CGC. All right, getting with it right there right now. NBEV price alert. I've got a trade 6. Come on, man. Okay. I'm going to take this trade. All right, a little bit of volume in that one. $37. Looks like we're pulling back a little bit. Decide my position size. Lately, a few things have not been working. Okay, so I got this on Q. Let's see how it works out. Square's another interesting trade here. I don't have one lined up, but I do like that bounce off the 50-day. And looks like it could be just trying to make its way back up. Here, that 100 level, 99 level. Cron could be interesting down here. All these MJ stocks are interesting down here. Although Cron's probably a little better set up than NBEV. At least in terms of I'm going to run back up to 2350. Yeah. And they have earnings. 326. All right, NBEV just took that trade. Looking at Cron here too. Cron on the bottom of the symmetrical triangle type of a pattern. This would be a pretty aggressive trade. Not really, don't like the numbers on it too well. See, there's a problem with having too much of your portfolio in one sector: ACB, NBEV, CGC, all MJ stocks. So that's always, you don't want that. You'd like to diversify a little bit within your holdings. The whole sector takes a dump. That's, if you got half your portfolio in MJ stocks, that's half your portfolio just taking a crap on you at one time. That's never a good thing. SIVB getting with the program a little bit. CGC following me around, my mouse around this morning. BWA, boot. There's CRISPR. PKG, very nice consolidation, pocket pivots within the base. There's little consolidation here. It's hard to, I don't know if this is even a leader anymore. Not PDG. But this thing looked like it may want to get going. I do like those pocket pivots. Maybe up to that 108 resistance line. 56 composite rating. Not nearly as good as they used to be. 39% EPS change last quarter, which is pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red dots. No news about them. 27 on the relative strength, so they're only outperforming 27% of the stocks on the index, or within the S&P, whatever one they do. Interesting little setup. So it'll pop up, even just a there be whopping 3%. I wonder if their options are just have no volatility in them just because of the nature of this company. So we're looking at, let's just say 102. Wow, they've got nothing between April and July. And 43% on a 95. That's pretty good. 43% for a 3% move, 4% move. That's not too bad. Look at, and that's NBEV. Let's link that back to there. PKG, trying to clear volumes the past couple of days. Very low volume right there. I don't know about very low, 11, 10, 9. And then here we have 15, 7, 4. And it's still pretty low volume. But could get going. Yesterday was a good volume. You look at the end here. Quite a bit of volume there at the end. Yeah, some of these stocks just follow you around. The ZS is popping up every other click. LPLA. Interesting little bounce back. Earnings today. Can't touch that one. NBEV, ACB, and CGC all kind of moving up. TM holding up very well. CDNS. Cadence. What the hell do you do? That is being held up by the 10-day moving average. That is the definition of being held by the 10-day moving average. Look at that thing. One bounce, two bounce, gap up, maintain it still. Look at that volume too. I mean, that's just something else. I don't even know what to do with that one at this stage of the game. It's up so much. Your traditional breakout point, you're already up 32%. Doubt it's still going to keep going on that clip for a while. I mean, it can. We've seen stocks do this for a very long time. But keep that trajectory, with like 68. That's still pretty good. That's still a good gainer. Question is that the right trajectory? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it's pretty close. That wouldn't be too bad of a trade. Still have some pocket pivots in here. Look at those, still popping up even through all that consolidation. This thing's pretty friggin' steady. That's impressive. You know, I actually traded one of those frozen rope patterns like that before. EPAM, another potential one of those frozen rope patterns. Some distribution, but very little. So YY on the weekly here, breaking this much longer consolidation. IQ, what are you doing? Still setting up? IQ still setting up. All right, some other ones. Monster, no thank you. GDDY, GoDaddy. Very low handle. Very low handle. I'm not sure if I'm into that one. Let's find some lists of stocks. PYX looking pretty good here. IPO failed. Look at that volume come in right there. That's really nice. It's not an IPO? Oh, this thing goes back a long time apparently. All right, some other ones we got. Rig. Come on. VLO. ADM and TAP. And TAP looking fairly interesting here. MMP was looking good too. AXAS. CLB. CHK, one we've been looking at for a minute. Yeah, let's look at a trade for this one. So CHK for this thing, let's just say it goes up here to 346. $2, $2.5 isn't bad. 153% for 10 days. It's a pretty good risk reward. If it can do that. Last time I kind of meandered down, that may be asking too much. Still 129 for 24 days. Wow. After earnings, it's like a kind of a weird bottoming candle, but that's not too bad. NBEV 3.19%. That's looking good. CHK 4.5. Be way over here for it to get to there. That's not too bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to take that Chesapeake trade. We'll see how that one works out. Paycom Lily, SIVB. See if that'll turn around, hopefully. What's Tesla doing today? Maybe you guys will talk if I mention Tesla. Still kind of just consolidating this larger drop. That large volume drop, kind of a low volume pullback. Not a very good thing. Ideally, you'd like to not see that. Need to use Stone AMRN. Putting a nice little handle in here. Match not really getting with the program. Moving in the wrong direction. Man, so many straight up moves. It's really difficult to get a good beat on things with so many straight up moves. Very difficult. Disney pretty choppy this morning. Not a big fan of choppy action. InBev pulling back some. CGC taking its place. And ACB also a little bit as well. Looks like the NASDAQ. Not really interested in rallying today. Square just kind of maintaining up here. You can see a little flag pattern on the 5-minute. Off of that nice bounce from the 50/200 into the 10-day. Boeing weighs in the Dow again. Oh, wow. So Boeing yesterday did get over that high we talked about, and then something else overnight. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe there's an update or something. Just maybe more people hearing about it. And they'll get it fixed. Hope so. A lot of people in the air. All right, guys, I'm going to bounce and get out of here. Momo. Getting on with some Momo. Some momentum. Very interesting right there. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.